welcome to the Hallmarkies podcast and Merry Christmas. We are very excited today. We have with us back the star of "'Tis the Season to Be Irish." We've got Fiona Gubelmann back. And thank you so much, Fiona, for coming back to talk with us.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here again.
Yeah, I couldn't believe in going through that the last time we had you on was in October of 2021. Can you believe that?
No, has it really been that long?
I didn't think it
Oh
had
my
been
God.
that long.
It's really like I think it's so hard because of the pandemic.
Yeah,
And then there was like a few different Hallmark movies I was supposed to do, and then there was a strike up here in Canada, so
yeah.
the one I was supposed to do got canceled and then or like pushed, and then I couldn't do the new dates. And it was hard because when I was on The Good Doctor, there was only like a small window every
Windows,
year, and
yeah.
like it was so I
It's
haven't gotten
just
to do
like,
as many
where does
as
time
like.
go? I mean, it's just crazy.
I
Like
know.
we're just starting our eighth season covering Hallmark Christmas, and it just that blows my mind. I can't believe
It's so cool though because you guys have grown so much since my first
it.
Hallmark movie, and then like to see where you guys are now, it's really
Thanks.
cool. Like a huge team.
Yeah, I never thought that Hallmark movies would overtake my life, but I'm glad that they have. I
I
think it's
know
been
there's it's
great.
like one of the greatest. So
Yeah. Well, how have you been? How have the last 3 years treated you?
really good. I can't. It's been quite good.
That's
I'm
good.
I'm still up here in Vancouver, Canada,
Uh-huh.
enjoying the city of Vancouver. And yeah,
Keeping
I
busy.
just it's been weird because really busy. And with The Good Doctor just ending this year, that was obviously tough and sad, but also so grateful for it, everything that happened
Yeah.
because of it.
How did you feel about sort of the arc of your character? Did you feel satisfied, kind of how it all panned out and
Oh,
ended? Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, I felt like I won the lottery with my character because she was so fun. Like she was funny, she was smart, confident, and she just I loved my storylines, and it was, I'd have these great personal ones and then these great medical ones. And I never got bored on that show. They always kept me on my toes.
Was it hard learning all of that medical
Oh, yeah.
dialogue?
Very much, very much.
Yeah.
If I had like a lot of medical dialogue, I would actually start on it usually about a week ahead of time and just
Uh-huh.
try to memorize it without even worrying about the acting. And then
Yeah.
over time, then it was just it never got easier because it's always these new words that I don't
Yeah.
use in my day-to-day life.
Right. And now were you a surgeon on that show?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
that's what I thought.
was. But then I hurt my hands because I had arthritis and I did surgery, and
Oh,
then I didn't listen to doctor's orders, and I jumped into I used my hands too soon after
oh no.
surgery to save someone's life. So then I was no longer a surgeon, and then I became a different kind of doctor. So
What's that like when you have to film those scenes with like the fake surgery and the fake,
really
all of that?
cool.
Must be wild.
It's well, okay. I really liked it a lot. I know some people
Uh-huh.
found it kind of boring, and it was like really hard days doing the surgeries because it'd be like
Hmm.
12 hours standing on your feet in one spot and pretty it was just very technical. So I know some people did not enjoy that, but I was super nerdy because I was pre-med in college, and so to me it was really fun. And the so I really enjoyed it. But
Uh-huh.
it I thought was just so cool was I really also like special effects. And so to me, these, like the body parts that they would build were so elaborate, and just to see them, like how they would do the fake blood. And it was to me the coolest. So I was really excited about that.
Did it ever like set off your gag reflex? Like,
Yes, there was like one time when we had to do something on somebody's spine, and I was just like, I couldn't. I was
oh my
like, this is
gosh.
too like and then I never like drawing blood. That was the other thing is
Yeah.
it always I'd be like, like I just couldn't, I couldn't, and then I'd have to feel for people's pulses, and I'd be like, ugh, I can't, like real people's pulses. I just
Yeah.
like I don't know why. I don't think I would have been a good doctor, but in
No.
real life,
Yeah, no, I would be absolutely terrible. I couldn't even just the smell of like
the
medical
alcohol.
environments I can't handle.
Yeah, our show did not have that smell, thank God. Although, did you know that on certain medical shows before ours, they used to use animal parts? And so when all the surgery
Oh
scenes would
yeah.
apparently smell really badly because it was
Oh.
real rotting animal parts.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I could picture them using like liver, things like
Yeah.
that, like organs. Oh, that'd
Yeah.
be
We did not do that, to
gross.
be clear, but it
Yeah.
was yeah.
All plastic. Yeah, I'm not great in medical environments. The one time I fainted in my life, I've only fainted once, and it was when my sister asked me to pick her up after she gotten her wisdom teeth taken out. This was years and years ago, and so I go in and see her, and she's all puffy, and it smelled and everything, and I went out to go get the car, and I just passed out. Like with my
Jeez.
face on the asphalt. Like,
Oh no. Were you
yeah.
hurt?
No, thankfully I didn't, but I was definitely, I definitely hurt, and I definitely was shaken up. And so I go back inside, and I'm kind of, a little out of it. And they were all like, very concerned.
Yeah.
And my sister was like, "What? I'm the one that had surgery, and all this stuff." And so then we had to call my cousin and have her come pick us up.
Because you couldn't drive.
No, because I couldn't drive. So yeah, that I'm not a good pickup person. Don't ask me. I learned my
Okay,
lesson.
noted.
Ho, ho, ho. We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the Hallmarkies Patreon.
Do you love Hallmarkies podcast, especially at Christmas?
Do you enjoy the holiday previews, recaps, interviews, and bonus episodes?
If the answer is yes, please consider supporting the Hallmarkies Patreon. We need your help to do what we do both during the Christmas season and all year round.
But not only do you help a podcast led by strong, independent women by becoming a Patreon, you get to become a part of the Hallmarkies family.
Starting at only $2 a month as a patron, you will have access to our Facebook Patreon group where we talk about the movies, shows, and more all year.
We also have many monthly patron watch-alongs with guests like Lacey Chabert, Natalie Hall, Paul Campbell, Mary Lou Henner, and more, giving their behind-the-scenes details of their films.
As a patron, you also have the chance to provide input into the podcast and even join us at different tiers.
So this Christmas season, spread some cheer to the Hallmarkies Patreon and become a member today. You won't regret it.
Go to patreon.com/hallmarkies to learn more.
That's patreon.com/hallmarkies.
Well, so it's very exciting. The new movie, "'Tis the Season to Be Irish," coming out this weekend. So this is now your second movie filmed in Ireland for Hallmark?
Yes, isn't that
Yeah.
crazy? I was so lucky to get to do two there. And the first one was Royally Ever After,
Yeah.
which I loved so much. That's still one of my all-time favorites. And then this one, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it must have been fun to really after, like, because it was the royal wedding movie. It was that weekend that it aired. I mean, it was all in the
Yeah.
it was just such a part of the whole zeitgeist then to be in a royal movie that year especially must have been fun.
It was really fun. We shot in a castle, a real castle, and we stayed in the castle.
Oh,
So
that's
the
nice.
cast and crew all stayed in this castle, and it was just like being at summer camp. And we would all get up and have breakfast together, and then work together, and then the crew would go out drinking at night, and like it was
Oh,
just a
nice.
really, yeah, it was a really cool thing.
Jolly time.
Yeah.
So this new one, did you get to spend like any time in and around Ireland, or was it mostly just a work trip
It
kind
was
of?
pretty much just work, work, work. I
Yeah.
mean, I couldn't. I wanted to stay longer and do some traveling afterwards, but I just couldn't with my schedule. So, but it was. I mean, I was there in August, and it was so beautiful. I really love Ireland. You know, the Irish people
Yeah.
are so great, and it's such a beautiful country. And like one of the weekends, I went up to Dublin and just spent the day with one of my friends, and we walked around and we had lunch, and then
Oh,
it's like you walk
nice.
past these pubs and people are just singing, and I love it. I've been
Yeah.
there a few times. I really like Ireland.
It must have been pretty amazing to see it get retrofitted for Christmas in July.
Yeah, I mean,
The snow added and
right?
stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, we didn't do the like it it didn't feel too weird. I don't know, because it was, to be honest, even though it was sunny, it was very cold. It was really cold. So
Oh yeah.
almost like, yeah, so I would be wearing cashmere sweaters and jeans and beanies. Even if I wasn't working, I was pretty cold.
Uh-huh.
And it rained a lot. So I don't know, it kind of it didn't feel incorrect. And to be honest, I was glad that I was doing it when I did it, because if I got to, because like it's just so cold there that I don't think I'd want to shoot a movie there at Christmas anyways. I think I'd be too cold.
Mm.
When we did
Yeah.
Royally Ever After, it was way too cold. I mean, we were shooting a summer movie and I was freezing, like I mean, 24 degrees Fahrenheit, and
Oh
I
wow.
remember it'd be like ice snow kind of falling around you, and it's supposed to be a summer movie, and I'm wearing like sleep. I mean, that was tough. So
Yeah.
I think
That is
Ireland in the summer
cool.
is good for shooting a Christmas movie.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So with this tis the season to be Irish, why don't you tell the audience a little bit about what to expect about the premise?
Um, it's very funny.
Oh, okay.
It's just very sweet. What I really loved about the script was that it had like such a great balance between humor and heart. And so like there's just some really beautiful scenes throughout it. Like this other storyline with my character Rose and some of the people she meets in the town. One of them is a grieving widow, and just like her story. But yeah, so my character Rose is a house flipper, and she, kind of just travels from place to place without really settling down and creating a home anywhere. And because she has had loss in her life, and she just is sad to like she's very sad, and she's scared to open herself up to getting hurt again and like creating that home feeling. And
Uh-huh.
so it's a really beautiful story, about her growth, through that. And then, of course, I got to work with the amazing Owen Mackin, who is so funny and so
Yeah.
sweet, and we just had the greatest time. So it was
Yeah.
fabulous.
So she's like an international house flipper. She's going all
Yeah.
abroad.
Well, yeah. I feel like she's mainly been in the US, and then she sees this house in Ireland, and that's where her mom had always talked about it. She's never been. So she's like, I'm
Okay.
just gonna do it. And it does not turn out to be what
Yeah.
she thought she was buying.
Oh, it's a bit of a money pit. Bit of a
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Great reference.
Nice. Well, I love Leslie. She's so great, the
Isn't she the
director. Yeah,
best?
love
Have you
her.
met her?
Yes, yes.
Oh,
I mean, she's been on the podcast at least once, if not twice, and she did one of our patron events, our watch along events, which was so nice. And yeah, we love her. She's great.
she's the best. Oh,
Yeah.
I really just adore her. She's actually doing another movie right now. She's directing
Oh,
another
really?
one in Connecticut. Yeah. Or
Oh,
upstate New
nice.
York. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you've been able to work with a lot of female directors in different projects.
Yeah.
Royally Ever After as
Yeah,
well.
with Lee Friedlander, who I'm still
Yeah.
very, very close with. She is just brilliant. She's not just a great director, she's also a really good writer. She's written
Hmm.
Hallmark films as well, and just like
Yeah.
a very dear friend. Actually, yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
love her.
Yeah. Do you sense like a different energy when you have a female director? Or does it just depends?
I really think it depends on the person,
Yeah.
I really truly do. Because I don't want to say that men can't be this or women can't be that.
Sure.
I think it is different, but I mean, I like working with both, but it's hard because I really love working with women directors, because for so long in my career I didn't get to. When I started
Yeah.
The Good Doctor, I had only worked with a female director 5 times, and I had done like I think before that I'd done like maybe over 50 episodes of television, and I'd worked with a female director 5 times. One of those directors I worked with twice, and
Hmm.
so it was really frustrating. But on The Good Doctor, David Shores is very like very aware of like making things, open to everybody,
Hmm.
and being like very inclusive. And he like on that show 50% of our directors were women, and
Yeah.
so they worked really hard, and that was incredible because I got to just work with so many fantastic women, on that. And Hallmark has really been bringing in more female directors, which again I love, because it's just there's something
Yeah.
nice about that. um
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and
Yeah.
they're, I mean, a powerhouse team as far as the writing behind this movie. Joa Boken, Samantha Herman, they're both great. And they've both been on the podcast a bunch of times. And
Oh, you've had Joie on?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, I love her. And Michael
And
Larkin, our producer, phenomenal. It was a really important story to him. Like he
yeah.
brought that whole thing in. His family's Irish, and so it was a
Oh,
really
okay.
special thing to get to work with him so closely. He's wonderful, and
Yeah.
Joie, oh my God, I loved her. She's such a good writer. She's
Yes.
really funny
Yeah.
and really, really cool woman. She came out for the first week of filming, and I
Oh, that's good.
really, really got to know her, and I really liked her a lot.
Yeah. Well, and so you said that they bring out the humor
Yeah,
in the in the material. That's pretty funny. That's
yeah,
always
it
good
was.
to hear.
Yeah, I mean, I love comedy, so to me, I'm like,
Uh,
oh, bring it on, please, please give me more.
yeah. I'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's Elise Murray and her exciting book, Society Girl. Set in the mysterious world of Oxford University's secret societies, Society Girl follows Sam, a Duke's estranged daughter, as she attempts to join the most famous club of them all, the Animos Society. Her final initiation challenge is simple: find a man, convince him she's in love with him, and then break his heart in humiliating fashion. Hardened by her father's rejections, believing that the Animos Society is her key to his love and acceptance, Sam throws herself into making Daniel Best, her father's chauffeur and local musician, fall for her. But she never counted on falling in love with him right back. Fans of Colleen Hoover, Anna Hong, and Mia Sheridan will love Society Girl, a sweeping romance from best-selling novelist and screenwriter Elise Murray. Free for Kindle Unlimited users for a limited time. Go to elisemurray.com/novels/Society Girl for more information. Or you can use the affiliate link below. Your co-star, is that how you pronounce his own?
Owen, yeah. Oh,
Owen.
yeah. You that sounded like you had a bit of an accent there. Owen.
It's just spelled different than I've ever seen before, so I wasn't sure.
It's Irish. He's Irish.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But he seems pretty dreamy.
Yeah, he's definitely dreamy. He's a really talented actor, really
Uh-huh.
funny, really
Yeah.
smart. Like it was so great. You just because here's the thing, you never know. Like if you don't know your co-star before you show up, you're like, who am I working with? Is this person gonna be like
Yeah.
mean or I don't know. You just never know like what their personality is gonna be like. And he was great. I've been very lucky with my Hallmark movies though to get to
Yeah.
work with lovely, lovely people. I think Hallmark is good at hiring just good quality people.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it must be interesting to be paired with somebody and then to try to develop that chemistry. Like,
It's hard. Because again, like you just don't know what the person's gonna be like. And if they're kind of a jerk, you're like, oh no, how am I gonna like hit you? I just want to punch you. But so for me, like it's always easiest to have that chemistry with people that I just like can instantly be a friend with. Because
yeah.
then I feel and as an actor, like even if it's not romantic, because if you trust someone, then you feel comfortable taking risks in front of them. And
Mm,
then you can I think you're just a better actor. So
yeah. That makes sense. And I mean, did they give you any time at all to like go to dinner or get to know each other at all, or you just sort of thrust into it?
just kind of thrust into it. I've been on some projects too where they're like, it's the first day you've met and you have to kiss, and you're like, I'm doing the kiss of the entire movie on the first day. Like this
Yeah.
is bonkers. Like it just feels so weird.
I
But
feel like
then
I've heard
if
that
it's
a
on the
lot.
last day and you hate the person, then that's not good either.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I
but
guess if you're
yeah,
doing like enemies to lovers, it could work.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh.
But what do you think the Hallmarkies audience, what do you think they'll especially enjoy about this movie?
Well, I think one, it's like gorgeous to look at. Like the shots and the scenery are stunning. I think the relationship, like like that we have in the movie, like it's funny, but it's also sweet, and romantic. And I think that is something that people will enjoy watching. But also, I again like the message of the movie about opening up your heart when it's been shut off, because I think that's just something that people relate to. I don't know. There's something I think we've all been pained in different ways, whether it's
Yeah.
loss of a love or a parent or a relative, like someone we care about, right? And then it's hard to open your heart up again to love. And so I think this I think it explores that really beautifully.
Yeah. Oh, I'm really looking forward to it. I think it'll be very fun.
We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the Hallmarkies merch store.
Are you looking for that perfect gift for the postable, Hardy, or Hallmarky in your life?
What about getting that t-shirt or hoodie that will help you stand out at your next holiday party?
Now is the time to check out the Hallmarkies merch store.
Full of festive designs by artists like Jessica Miller, Carrie from Hallmark Comics, and more.
You can even have more than just shirts, but totes, cell phone cases, notebooks, mugs, and more.
And it isn't just Hallmark. We have designs for Anna Green Gables, Man from Snowy River, The Nanny, and more.
Every purchase at the merch store goes to help support the podcast and allows us to make the great content you know and love.
There are frequent sales, so go to tpublic.com/stores/hallmarkies or see the link in the description.
That's tpublic.com/stores/hallmarkies.
So, we last time we asked you our holiday questions, but it's been so long. I'm going to ask you again. Why not? And see what your new answers might be.
Do you have them there? Are you going to compare them? Okay.
Okay.
This isn't a test. Okay. Good.
Right. You have to have the exact same feelings about holiday cookies of 2021.
Shoot. Okay.
Okay. So the first one is, what is your favorite holiday drink?
Oh, I love eggnog. I do.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, did you know that the original name, do you know what the original name was for eggnog?
No.
Milk punch.
That was an upgrade.
Much better.
Is much
eggnog.
Better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, very good. Okay. So what is your favorite holiday cookie or treat?
Oh, my mom makes this breakfast cake thing, cake thing. I don't know. It's called Tosca. It's a Swedish thing, and it's like this sugar cake with slivered blanched almonds on top, and it's amazing. We've had it my whole life, and we eat that on Christmas morning, and it's delicious.
Oh, that sounds good. That sounds really good. Okay, what is your favorite Christmas song or carol?
God, I have like too many. I can't just choose one. I love Christmas music. I would have it on already if my husband wouldn't lose his mind. He's like, after Thanksgiving until Christmas.
You should just tell him that Mariah Carey said it's okay. She welcomed in the holiday. We're good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mariah Carey is like one of the greatest.
She's the queen. She gets to decide.
Yes. I also really love Kelly Clarkson's Christmas stuff. Really good. Oh my God, I want to put it on right now. He's not home. I think I will.
Just live your truth. He can do whatever he wants. Okay. What is your favorite classic Christmas movie?
It's a Wonderful Life. I truly love that. I watch that and Scrooged every year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I love Scrooged. And Bill Murray is the best.
Yeah.
It's such a fun one.
Yeah. It's interesting that It's a Wonderful Life, because I completely agree. I think it's one of the finest films ever.
Yes.
Hollywood ever made. But we forget like how dark it really is. I mean, it's a suicide movie. You watch it and you're like, oh wow, holy cow. Because it all has such a wonderful, warm-hearted message, but it does go to pretty dark places. Yeah. Yeah, but great. Okay, well, which do you like better, Scrooge or the Grinch?
Oh, I mean, I think the Grinch. I think just because, got a young one, and that's on all the time. So the Benedict Cumberbatch one is great. He's fantastic in it.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird voice though. I'm like, why do you hire Benedict Cumberbatch and have him do that weird voice? Like, why don't you just have him do his voice? That's why you hired him.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a great voice.
Right? I mean, that's the
but,
whatever. But yeah, I mean, you just figure like both characters are characters that hate Christmas and become redeemed. And I think they both have they're both really fun. I mean, I think that the Grinch obviously wins when you're talking about the song.
Yeah.
I mean, that song is the best. And so I'm not the biggest fan of the Jim Carrey version.
I can't. That I just there's something about, I don't know if it's that like
I don't like
it's
the
just like
pig noses and
the faces just kind of creep me out, and I feel it's like kind of uncanny valley, even though it's
yeah,
not,
yeah. And
it's
everything's
not
kind of
computer graphics.
dirty.
It's just
I'm like,
yeah.
why are the Who's down at Whoville? Why is
Oh my
everything
God, no,
kind of
but the Benedict Cumberbatch one is so
yeah.
funny. Like when he's in I mean, there's just so many funny things that happen. Like when he walks
Yeah.
in, he like pushovers over the kid's like, snowman. He goes in the store and he's like, won't help people. I don't know. Just
Yeah,
really
he's
funny.
very sarcastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, which do you like better, clear lights or colored?
Uh, I mean, to be honest, colored, but we just got some new lights up for yesterday that like are both. So we can have outside the house, we can have clear most of the year, but then at Christmas turn on the colored. And then I always
Ah,
get a tree that has both like that is both white and color because I kind of go back and forth. But I would say if
oh,
I had to choose, it would be color because
okay.
I love rainbows
You
and
got it all
color.
covered though. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, which would you rather do? Would you rather be in a snowball fight or build a snowman?
Um, oh God. Do you know building snowman is a lot of work?
It is, and
It
it
is
has to,
so
you have
much
to,
work.
it has to be a lot of snow.
Yeah,
It
it's
really has to have
yeah.
fallen.
I mean, it's a lot of work. And I do it every year. We build a snowman and we've had some snowball fights, and I probably have had way more fun laughing about snowball fights.
Yeah. All right. Would you consider yourself a good gift wrapper or not?
I can be a good gift wrapper, but am I in general? No, because I'm too lazy.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same. Like if I focus, I can, it'll be
I
fine. But
used to be like super into it. Like I just was like, and I would be like, I'm gonna wrap everybody's Christmas presents at home. I'd be like, I'm doing everybody's, just leave them in the room for me. And I had so much fun with it. And now I don't know, it's just like I'm just like, no, 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 no. Like who cares? I don't know. It's maybe when I'm
yeah,
older and I have more time on my hands and
yeah,
I'm not exhausted, I'll
yeah.
do it.
Well, what is or do you have an ugly Christmas sweater?
Do I? Yes. I'm trying
Yes.
to um remember what it looks like right now. But I do. We have a couple, and then I have like just pretty ones too.
Don't you have
A bunch.
maybe I'm getting don't you have a tradition of like an ornament party?
Ornament party.
Yeah,
Yes, but I've been
yeah.
living. No, I know, but it's like the saddest. Like, as I did it for like 15 years in LA or 14 years or something, and it was my favorite time of year. But now that I've been in Canada, I just haven't
Oh.
done it. And I was thinking about doing it this year, but I don't know. I guess part of me is like, I don't know.
It's
I
been so
should.
hard post-pandemic. I still haven't really entertained in my house, and I miss it so much.
Yeah. We don't have like
It's
yeah, it's like
hard.
it's taken me like it's hard moving as an adult to a new city, and then you have to make new friends, and then you're like, are these people going to want to come or do this? And
Yeah.
um and then I talk to people and they all have kids and they're like, oh, the holidays are so stressful, and I'm just like, oh, I don't think people are gonna get it and want to do it. I
Yeah.
don't
Well,
know.
and
I
especially if you have
should.
little ones, but it is
Yeah.
it is so much the holidays in general are more fun with kids. I'm sure
Yeah.
really stressful, but it's fun to see their excitement,
Yeah.
you know.
It's the best.
They get they get so into it, and I love seeing it. Holidays just in general throughout the year are more fun with kids,
Yeah,
you know.
definitely. Definitely.
But well, very good. You did it. You answered all the questions.
It's so great to see you again.
Yeah,
And
thank you so much. And we'll look forward to hopefully seeing you stuff in 2025 and
yes,
at
yes,
Hallmark
yes.
and the new movie and everything. And so thanks so much for coming on, and hope you have a great Christmas.
Thank you. You too. And I
Yeah.
hope you enjoy the movie. I'm really, really excited about it. We worked with the cutest like sheep in it. And
Oh,
her name was Barbara Streisand.
Strike Slam.
Best name for a sheep ever. That is an
Yeah,
actor sheep. So
that's
yeah,
really funny.
it was really cute.
Oh,
So
that's cute. Yeah. Yeah, it sounds
anyways,
like it's going to be really fun. I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, hope you have a great Christmas. And
thank
yeah,
you. You too.
we'll have it not be
Yeah.
3 years. So talk to you
Yes,
again.
definitely not. I'll be back
Okay.
soon. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Okay.
I'd like to thank Fiona for coming on the podcast. This was so much fun to get to talk with her. Hope you all enjoyed it. Please let us know what you think about all the things we talked about. And if you are listening on iTunes, please leave your ratings and reviews. We sure appreciate that. And make sure you're following us on social media, Hallmarkies Pod, Hallmarkies Podcast. You can find me at Rachel's Reviews all over the place. And if you are watching on YouTube, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate that so much. We also have our patron group, which is a lot of fun. You get a chance to be participating in watch-alongs, and like we did with Leslie, the director of "'Tis the Season to Be Irish," and lots of other fun patron exclusive activities. So please take a look at that. And we have our merch store, which has some new designs that are a lot of fun, including "It's a Wonderful Life" inspired design. Take a look at that. And thanks again to Fiona. We really, really appreciate it. And Merry Christmas. Bye.